We don't have the town plazas where we all meet and play, bocce ball and checkers and sit, and the women feed the birds.
We need it.
While they're
more community,
planning secret
more nudity.
More nudity, more community. That's what we're taking away today.
Welcome to That's So Mental. I'm Ilana Cohn-Sullivan.
And I'm Cristina Fernandez. And each week we'll dive deep into the labyrinth that is the human brain.
Now, we have no business giving advice on mental health, but we do have a lot of opinions and experiences with full-blown mental breakdowns.
That's So Mental.
Today we're going to do something a little different.
Well, we've been teasing you a little bit, and now we decided it's time. It's time to do a little bit of
time to get into it.
Start to take off.
We are going to talk about what we've talked about in a few episodes, which is my ayahuasca experience. And it's my birthday yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So because it was for your birthday.
Yeah. It was kind of a birthday extravaganza experience trip. And you and I talked a little bit yesterday about where to begin this.
Where
journey.
to begin? You could go back to the womb.
That's what I think. Truly. And I was like, my mom's.
It's all about connecting the thing.
My mom's grandfather and father died when I was in her belly. Where does that pain go?
Where does the pain go?
Straight into my brain.
Energy, matter cannot be created nor destroyed. So think about that.
Hey.
That's one of the physics. I think about it all the time.
I mean, it's true.
It has to, it can't be somewhere. Destroyed. Is it matter or is it energy? Matter can neither be created nor destroyed.
I mean, energy? Matter. Energy too?
It's like one of the laws of physics, and we said we are not experts, and I'd just like to underline that now. Anyway, so where do you begin, Ilana? What do you think?
Where do I begin? Well, I will say that...
Where'd the idea come from?
My entire life I've struggled with depression.
Yeah.
That has been a great through line. And... I mean, it's brought me to some great places.
Yeah,
in my
totally.
life, in my
brought you to who you are. I mean, in a weird way. It's part of you.
It's part of me.
It's part of you.
And I've gone through various modalities of healing. I've seen shamans in LA. I've done journeying without drugs. I've done drugs to try to tap into. I mean,
You've done it all.
I've really done it all. And so many people, like we were talking to Sabrina last week, where she was like, I know what you need to do. And it was like, ayahuasca.
You're like, girl, she is ayahuasca.
I am Mother Ayahuasca.
For a little bit, you kind of were.
I mean, truly. And people really have great experiences with it. And I will say, even though my experience was not ideal, I still do not regret doing it, which is a wild thing.
Hot take. That's a hot take.
You hear the full story, you're going to be like, maybe you are insane. I mean,
some people have good experiences, and you know what? But you're not the only one I have heard of people who have not had the best experience. I think it's
have no takeaway.
It's like medication, right? Full spectrum. You take medication, oh my God, it saved my life. You take medication, you go, I was going to jump off a cliff, right? Yeah. Anything has all these sides. So just
100%. So last summer, I was really struggling. I had tried antidepressants, but I didn't want to go back down that train, which I've since gotten back on the train.
Hop on.
But that wasn't working for me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go deeper. And one of my best friends had just gone on this Costa Rican retreat and had a great takeaway from it. Really,
the thing you think about.
Yes,
right.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, of everyone in my life, even while I was there, I was like, you are the one that I could see doing it. But before that, I had been looking into that. I had been looking into ayahuasca. I had been looking into ketamine therapy,
alternative treatments, right?
Like psilocybin, which is something when I was 15, I was like, I need to do mushrooms. And I will say,
I need to do mushrooms.
Which is such a bizarre thing to be like. I mean, I was reading
we were all reading some stuff, right? I know. I was in an anthropology class and swearing I was, yeah.
Yeah. But I did it. Something clicked with me.
When you did the mushrooms, you're saying?
When I ate mushrooms when I was 15.
Something clicked.
And it did pull me out of this deeper depression where I was really struggling since I had probably hit puberty.
Whoa.
Until that happened, and it kind of snapped me out of it.
Interesting.
I saw a perspective where I was like, okay, I see what life kind of is, and I don't need to be in this tornado of self-hatred and worthlessness, right? So it helped me. And I didn't continue to I did it a bunch of other times, but I took a year off.
More recreationally, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it can reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was also so much fun.
You're I see a lot. Yeah. That's the thing. I do see a lot.
Yeah. And I had always been, I'm not exactly a medium, but I have those things. I've had people come to me. I had a relationship with my grandfather when I was a little kid who was never alive when I was alive.
Whoa.
And very clear memories of being with him as a little kid.
Visiting you? Being with you? His energy? Wow.
Which...
I think kids are totally tapped in, by the way, because the veil is still very. They just got here.
They just got here. Tali used to say crazy shit, and I loved it.
I definitely had some. Yeah, I had metaphysical times as a child.
Yeah. So that's the.
You're thinking about the mushrooms.
Background.
You're okay, maybe.
Yeah, and I was doing research around all this, and I was I've looked into ayahuasca. I've looked in, there's places in California, but it's not really legal here. So there's places you can go to in Mexico and Costa Rica and all of these other centers that are really well researched and well staffed. And the thing I liked about the place that my friend went to was it had a medical facility on site.
Oh.
So if anything was to happen,
that's
there's basically a hospital there.
Wow.
So I
that
ended
felt
up
good. You're okay, there's some systems in place.
Yeah. So I ended up being okay, yes. I'm going to go on this journey. And I can't reveal the whole story because it is a long...
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a journey about a journey.
It's a journey about a journey. We're going to talk about it a little bit each week.
Journey to Costa Rica.
Basically, I'm
oh my God, because there's probably so much. I don't even, you're going to go in.
There's so much. And what I will tell you is the ending right now, and then we'll get into the story. And the ending is that it was a week long. I was there for 2 weeks. The second week, I was out of my mind. There was an incident at the airport.
Incident at the airport.
Yeah,
folks.
it was a whole thing, and it was in the moment, in the experience. It was terrifying.
It was palpable here. I'll tell you that because I texted you. I heard silence, and a little part of my brain said, "Huh." On day 8, It was a week, and then when I heard some news, we were in it with you.
Yeah, and my family really went through it, and I feel terrible for that part. I mean, that's the only regret I have. Right, is putting everyone through that.
But you didn't. I mean,
I was not in control of what was happening at the time. So. Next week on this journey, kind of reveal the nitty gritty and how it happened, what I did, the good takeaways.
Yeah, now that you've had a year, you have some space.
I've had a lot of processing.
Talk about, yeah. That's part of it.
That's part of it.
Oh my God.
And if anyone out there has any experiences with ayahuasca, we'd love to hear from you.
I have experiences about mild hallucinogenics in El Segundo. I'll share with that later.
I can't wait to hear that story. Yeah, we're going to have a nice long intro next time. This week, we are blessed with an incredible guest.
Hashtag blessed, hashtag gratitude. Truly, the true stuff.
Truly. I mean, this woman, she's a dear friend, and she is just a creative force and also just a beam of light. I mean, really.
Yeah. No, I want to know her more.
Right?
Yeah. You'll want to too.
Yeah. So we're going to get into it with our lovely Alisha Gaddis. Okay. Well, we are here with Alisha Gaddis, who is an multi-Emmy, multi-Grammy, creative genius, positive influence, beam of light, human. I mean, just gorgeous.
You're gonna make me blush, and that's basically impossible.
Well,
and it's happening, isn't it?
You're you're really cheeky red.
No, why am I gonna get emotional about Ilana? I just love you. I love you because I'm so grateful for you.
You guys love each other.
This is the first time we met. This is the first time I've ever seen this person.
Yep.
So
at first sight, we're witnessing it.
Now we're running off to Vegas.
Bye.
No, but you are truly one of the most lovely, talented people I've ever met. And I'm
vice versa.
So happy you're here. You maybe are not even qualified to be on this because maybe you don't have any mental challenges.
Please.
None that I've seen.
Well, thank you. We hide it well.
Yeah.
Oh, don't we?
You put it through your
That's
art.
called masking.
Masking. Great. number one masker.
Right.
And the fun thing is I got to introduce these two lovely, my co-host, Cristina Fernandez.
Wait, where did we meet first? Now I'm having a full blank. Well, no, because you
We
and
met
I,
at Center
wait.
Theater
Oh, I
Group.
didn't introduce you.
Strangely, we didn't. I knew you guys were buddies. And then you came to do our like wild experimental project at CTG.
And I was like, that lady is gorgeous and talented. I want to know her
sweet.
more.
And I was like, she has boundaries. You could learn something from her.
I do?
Yeah, well, no, you were good about because the whole thing was that experiment. We were working on a experimental like theater piece where we actually bring our children and kind of still try to do a performance and try to read through a play, but it's also incorporating our kids into our art form and letting them see this world.
It was
They could be
extraordinary.
but you were really like, you shared, and that's what we wanted in the group, like this mixed bag of like performers and artists. And you were like, this is really different because you were saying when I'm working, it's usually like there is a separation. I don't know. You had like you had a different,
Yeah.
It's hard
clear take.
to parent and work at the same time.
Yeah, and I've taken my child everywhere, all over the world to work with me. So I think I have like very cultivated boundaries about it. I mean,
makes
she's been
sense.
in every set, on every tour bus. So I've had to delineate like lines.
Somewhere she's
Yeah.
coming along.
Before we go deep
Yeah.
into that, I wanted you to kind of just say like what
What
you
do you
Like,
do?
yeah, because you do so much. You're an author, you tour, you are a musician, you're an actress, you're a writer.
You're like a triple threat.
She's like a
You're like a quadruple threat.
You're very kind.
Yeah.
I mean, I define myself, I think, as an artist, which people are always like, what kind of painting do you paint? I'm like, no, I just make stuff. And I think I am a creative solutionist.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm an actress. I am a writer. I think of myself as a producer. I am I'm a speaker and a helper. I don't know. I think I do all the things that I sometimes for good and sometimes for bad, but I do all the things, and a musician and all of it.
Artist sounds great. Like
Yeah.
that
Artist.
encapsulates it.
Yeah, they're always like multi-hyphenate, but like truly sometimes I try to honestly pare it down.
You do.
But all the time I'm always like, which thing is working for me? I'm constantly seeking my why. Like, why am I doing all of these things? And then sometimes the idea comes and then the art form follows.
And it's tough because you want to fit into other people's boxes sometimes, right? You're like, I don't want to be too all over the place, especially when other people really want to see you as
categories.
like the thing.
We like to kind of be clear. I think we
Yeah.
all like want clear. It's like when you're on the other side, you get it. You're like, oh yeah, we want clarity. But when you're in it, it is like, but I'm all these.
I just want to do all the things.
It's like the
Can
form
I do
might
the
be,
things?
well, the form might be different, right? Like this time it might be a song and next time it might be a performance of a play or I don't know.
Yeah, and at the base of it, I think I'm a performer. That's a good
Yeah,
thing
that's
too.
a good.
Like
I think performer
storyteller,
really,
performer.
yeah, encapsulates it, and then people
Yeah.
don't think you're making a painting, right? You know, because you're like that. I don't do, or do you?
It's the one thing on my list.
I mean, I do that. I have been in
Oh
a few
my God,
gallery
stop.
shows.
Wait,
I mean,
what?
yeah, it's true.
Get out. You
as a
are-
painter,
As a multimedia artist.
Oh
Amazing.
my God.
I've done some gallery shows as a photographer.
Oh my- I'm really
I've also
bad at
had
photography.
a poem published.
Oh, well,
and
excuse
you published in my books
And I
too.
published in your book.
Yeah.
Multi.
I
And
know you do a lot
haiku, poems, and monologues.
Yep.
All the things. We'd see. We
Yeah.
just can't stop. We're
Do you have to work
unstoppable.
on one project though at a time? Like if you are working on like music, do you try to? Is that what
This
you
is
try
where
to do
we're
to
going to
pare
go
it
in,
down?
right? We're
I
going to
don't
go.
know.
No, this is like.
This is it. for-
Before we
Oh,
go
wait, okay.
down
Before
that
we go.
road,
Okay.
we're going to talk
No,
about
back.
what we talk about on this show, which is mental health.
Okay.
Do you have or have you ever had any sort of like diagnosis, like a real diagnosis? Yeah.
Yes. And I don't think I've ever talked about it like in any forum. So I was diagnosed. I say it in like kind of
Air quotes.
because I'm which we'll get into. But well, I'll say it first. It helped me so much examine, gave me a thought process. I also think that it was heightened due to COVID, depression, anxiety. because it was during that time period,
Yeah.
like political upheaval. I was losing my mind.
It's a big
100%
turning point for people.
Yeah. Every single person we've had on, basically, and
you
ourselves.
gotta face your stuff. You're stuck in a house.
Yeah, and I was then given at the time by my therapist that then like with the doctor like a cyclothymia.
Oh.
Is this the term?
Yeah, it's a proper diagnosis that's not like it's in the vein of bipolar but not.
Okay.
So it's not like so how I would describe it, it's like your emotions cycle, but they don't cycle quickly. So it's like you can go into a very low for like a few weeks, and then you don't go in the middle. You go like in the high.
It's like
So
that
it's a little bit of
bipolar quality.
manic,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
mania.
Yeah, and at the
And not bipolar. Interesting.
it really helped me because I was either like completely laying in bed, totally immobile, heavy,
Yeah.
devastated, longing, all the things. And then I would cycle into this, what people would see, the incredibly overachieving, productive,
Like
happy
output,
person. And the
energy.
way that it was described to me, which was helpful, was that it's like, imagine you're holding like a pendulum. And the pendulum is swinging. So you're swinging from one up and then you swoosh, gather momentum and you swing back up. And then it's like, but then it hovers, right? So it's like, shroom,
You're there for a while.
shroom. And I shared this with one of my family members who I believe is similar. And we were like, oh, there's a name for this. And if I look back on a lot of the things in my life, it can be tracked to this type of behavior. And also, like, which I also haven't said publicly, is I stopped drinking recently.
Wow.
And I've been not drinking for 10 months. And all that has hormonally shifted me, helped me with this. I don't have these shifts thus far, knock on wood, like in the same way.
Congrats.
But thank you. There's a lot of reasons why I stopped drinking. And that was one of them, is these shifts that I was like, what can I do to help myself? And, in college, I was given for like 1 semester Paxil. Because I went to like my first therapy appointment.
Everybody was just
and they were
giving
just
out
like,
Paxil.
yeah, here's some Paxil. And I was
General-
like, this
It's
is
a new drug. We'll just
Like general, everybody got Paxil, I think. It's
right.
that
And then
way.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait, this is just making me tired and not creative. And it scared me. Just like birth control scared me because I was like, like this is weird. Like it was like a weird thing until you find the right one. And no one was helping me find the right things for this in college. And so with cyclothymia, I now see when I go into these downs, right? Like whether it's depression, anxiety, and all the things I'm working on in therapy and all the things, meditation. I do it all. All of it.
Yeah.
I've done it. I'm in it. I do it.
Yes, and
Because,
yes.
I have all of it. Like I have
all the tools.
Yeah, all the tools.
Yeah.
And I'm always open to new tools. But when I'm in those lows, the perspective that it gives me is that I know
Now
the
you
pendulum
know.
is swinging out. It's like when I have, and I'm going to bring it up because it's really also like with a menstrual cycle, I have a horrible, which we've talked about, like horrible ovarian cysts that rupture and all of these things. And it's cramps for 2 weeks. And sometimes it's so bad, it's like I can't function, but I know there's going to be an end.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can tell yourself that, right? You start to like, okay, if you just know it, then you could kind of get
it gives
through
me a lot of
it.
empathy for dealing with other people because people who are very close to me, though, suffer with depression that they can't snap out of, or it's daily, or it's shorter, or there's so
like,
many
I don't know what
different
they're
ways.
going through.
Right.
Who knows?
And also then,
Or I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And so for me, it's been this incredible. It was incredible to receive that diagnosis at the time I did because it was, and so I haven't been like redone, but I definitely haven't experienced those things now that my stress levels and anxiety levels are less, but the work I've had to do to cope with this. So I'm not sure, maybe that's still I don't know if it goes away, but I think it can be
Managing.
lessened.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's really interesting the not drinking aspect of it, right? Because
for regulating and
over the
just-
past 2 years, I've also been like
we've been on that journey.
We've been on
like
that journey.
communicating in that
Taken
journey.
mine
and it's been about a year. I don't have an exact time where I was like, I'm done. But I really, like, I did the cleanse leading up to the ayahuasca retreat, which is no anything. And then after that, I was like, I'm done drinking. So it's been a year.
Yeah.
And it does, the thing that has shifted the most is like you said, it's like the perspective of while you're in it, knowing that this is not
the end. This is not final.
Where I used to really be so attached to it and be like,
so in
I'm
it.
done. And I struggled with so much like suicidal ideation and stuff that I would be like, okay, this is it. I should start writing some letters, which is so fucking dark. But like, you know, it's
I didn't know that was that dark. I'm sorry.
Forever. I mean,
said that, yeah,
yeah.
that was surprising.
I'm sorry.
I know it's funny
you seem so. I mean, it's like you don't always know,
Right.
You're like learning about people.
Yeah, and I think it's funny. I woke up this morning and I was really tired because I still have a very hard time. Like when I was drinking, it was definitely medicating. Like I'm so glad my therapist said, "Oh, this is your like medication, like turning it off." Turning it off,
numbing it out,
numbing
and
it, done, like what it was. And now I still use like melatonin. I try to go to sleep and I can't. It's still very hard for me. I'm very high functioning. So I'm just like, and I does melatonin is like, but I have to be, just bear with it. So even this morning every morning I write a gratitude list and one of my dear friends and I take pictures of our gratitude lists and text them to each other.
That's really
so
sweet.
great.
And it's helped so much. Oh my God. Like what a cheesy practice that's so
Helpful.
important.
Well, I know it sounds so trite because you're like gratitude, but when you really do it and you can
sending it
really
to
step
someone?
in,
Oh my
maybe
God.
that's like your version of like
from the year-
really
yes.
going for it.
And like from a year, she was just saying, she was reflecting on her old journals of like prior to when we started this and prior stopped drinking, like the self-hatred and low self-worth, and then seeing them even starting with gratitude. But this morning I wrote, oh, I'm so tired this morning. I'm so grateful that I can notice that I'm tired and it's not, I'm not hungover. So even like being able to with my mood, with my mental health, be not having anything in, which is scary and was really hard and I'm in a new place for it. But even being like, oh, I can see what's happening because of my clarity, which like goes into my creativity, which is like through the roof right now. And I've spent literally like the year just clearing and clarifying because with all these things, like knowing that's my situation and past and how to navigate it. And then now in like a process of implementation.
You keep hearing the thing, like we all hear the thing about like stepping out and like observing, and until it clicks, it sounds so, you're like, what does that even mean? And you don't know what's going to like unlock it. But once you do, and I don't know, like everybody probably has like a different journey to that work, but once you can really be like, oh, I'm doing that thing and that thing doesn't define me. And now I know, and now I can take a break.
And it's work.
Oh, it's so much
work.
It's so much work.
It's so
And
much
I
work.
think like that's the thing that has to be, that I'm sure you're talking about in this, is like the constant work.
Yeah.
The constant work of all of it. Like even, this is going to sound like even comparing it to like skincare regimens. Like you do it one time and you're like, I did the 7 steps. And like, that's so fabulous.
It's like it's every day.
Or
baby.
the gym. I mean, we've talked
or
about
the
it
gym.
too. It's like you can't go to the gym for 2 weeks and be like, I'm done.
Which I've done.
I think we're
I've
all
done that
secretly-
many times.
I think there's a secret wish in every human being. And I think this is the idea of success. It even ties to this, which is like, I hope that this is the last time I have to do this. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of like, maybe if I get here, I don't have to hustle so hard. Or maybe if I do the regimen one time, the wrinkle, like maybe if I do this one, like, I don't know, we're like sort of like evolved to like be economic. We want to lay around.
What is the word? Languish.
We want to
Languish.
languish.
We wanna
So work
languish.
is like, you want to conserve energy, but it's like the reality is like, this is the work forever.
Yeah. And also the reframe.
Yeah.
That, like the work is fun. The work is
find the good
actually
work then. You gotta
find the
find the
work that
good
gets you to where you
out of
want to
bed.
be, that gets you to be who you want to be.
Yeah. Because then you're more in line, and then energy can kind of like, okay, you're not
Even
battling.
like relaxing is work sometimes.
Oh my God, for some people, I have to do that. My homework is like taking time. I'm like, you need to go do something for yourself right now.
Yeah.
But I was talking about this with a friend who has like a coach, like a life coach type person. And
Is it me?
It's not you.
I was like, is it one of my clients?
You're not the coach or the person.
Oh my God.
But she was saying how it's, she is also very like high functioning, very powerful, very high level job. That part's easy to her. Mm-hmm. It's the relaxing and like she spent a week where she was kind of like really actively doing nothing and like told her coach like, you'd be so proud of me. And she's like,
relaxing, bro.
But she's like, but you also have to watch it, right? Because it's like
it turns hard. It like hardens.
Yes, and then like you go too deep into that well, and then you're just like, I'm doing nothing forever. Wait, no, like it's like you have to really like it's a balance.
We're all meeting in the middle. We're like dancing. Like some people, the work is to do a little bit of that, and the work on the other side is
my husband and I constantly we're both the same. Mm-hmm. And he's highly successful in what he does. And we'll be up at 11 o'clock, like doing things. Mm-hmm. And we'll look at each other and be like, is this what everybody else doing? Like, is this the normal? Is this? And we're like, I don't think so.
No.
And I went and talked to my therapist about it. And she was like, after honestly being together, like talking to each other for maybe a year, she goes, Alisha, I know what's wrong with you.
No.
Swear to God. And I love her.
She sounds amazing.
She
sounds like a buddy.
She's like, I know what's wrong. I know what happened. I know what it is. And I was like in the middle of a chat.
Yeah.
She was like, I get it. And I was
Eureka.
like, what? Yeah. And she goes, you are bumping up against what it means to be human. You bump up against your humanness. Like you can't accept the limit of being human.
Oh.
And she was like, every part about you is like, nope, I don't listen to Tired. Nope, I don't listen to this. I don't listen. Like, if goal
you're battling human.
Yeah, and human is not going to win. And she was like, but you're human.
Right.
And she was like, that's it. Like, she was like, and then.
And I'm done. Mic drop. Goodbye.
There's your last. And I was like, Sarah, we have
you never have to come
40
back
minutes
here
left.
again.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But okay, here's the thing too. Also, how does it relate to creativity? Because I do feel like, I think it's both. I think we all have our gifts are our downfalls, but also our downfalls, quote unquote, right? Our gifts, which is, this sort of like waxing and waning that you're saying, this like pendulum swing sounds so part of like a creative process, right? Like you have to, I don't know, like how much do you, I guess like honor that too, like honor the part of you that maybe like your version is to like go in and then output, and then you go back in like a productive, like how to turn it towards the light, like how to make that work for you.
Wow, that's an excellent question. I never have thought about it that way, but I have an instant reaction.
Okay, I love it. I want it.
So my instant reaction was how I used to think.
Okay.
How I used to think was that my highly productive self was when the pendulum was high.
Okay. Oh, uh-huh.
That was when I got shit done and I was out there and I was being things and writing stuff and pitching et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then when the low swing came was when I was failing, lethargic, was blah, blah, blah. But if I once again step out and see that's
the creative, like that's your baby. Yeah. That's like the baby's like evolving and developing.
And just giving space.
Yeah.
Art needs space. Art needs time.
And not knowing.
And I can't run like this. I can't run at high maximum capacity because I'm human. So if I can't live in the middle, which is like something that I am... I'm
challenged by.
Yeah, I literally have this is like now something.
This is your work. Yeah. This is like the work to be.
Well, I'm not good at being in the normal.
But that's okay. That's what makes you extraordinary. Or
I'm trying. I'm trying to be in the normal. Like I can't
for your own sustainability.
For sustainability, or at least accept the downtime without the punishment. Right?
Like because they're both needed.
Yeah.
I also think the not drinking thing is like, even like aside from the obvious stuff of just like hormonal and like feeling better, it's like when you have so little time in the day because creatives are like always, and you're parenting, right? And you're in a relationship and you have all these like big things to carry. It feels like the only wiggle room for me, it was that I took down I haven't stopped drinking, but I took it down like so much because I was like, the only shift is like, the only thing I have to play with is like, is not being hungover in the morning. You know what I mean? If your kids are going to wake up at 5, or if you're going to work on a project at night, like the only place left is like just at least not feeling like tired. I can do, I don't know. So I've started to go like,
I just need
tired,
a coffee, 2 espressos,
I can do tired.
Beer.
But not feeling like drained and dehydrated and like not clear is Like you can't do it.
And also the recovery time as we are aging is
it starts to feel better. You go like, oh, I can tap into feeling good, and I'd like to continue to feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like the reason why I stopped is that's like a normal person problem. I feel like you have. I realized I was not a normal person.
The normies.
Yeah, I was not normal. I can't just like stop. Like be less.
Right.
Because like I said, I don't exist in a middle.
Yeah, I'm also an all or nothing.
We are.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
And Ilana, that's one of the reasons I think we became fast friends is because we recognize that in each other.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's so whatever works for people, like I tried for a little bit, like cutting things and doing this, but I have had to set my life up for what is working for me.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So I hear that and I want to be like, maybe I could be less again. Like literally that's still my thought process. Also not a normal thought for me.
Maybe be less as in what? As in
Less drinking. Like
like
I had
can
to
have a glass of wine this week.
I
for
cannot
you
do
it's
that.
zero.
For zero because it's
also
all or nothing.
Well, it's
I
also because
understand.
what happens, and I think this is for you too, because we've talked a little bit about this, but it's like the brain space that it takes up of the planning of when it's going to happen. It's
Right.
like, well, if I just have a drink on Friday, if I have 2 drinks on Friday,
recovery time, and I wake up at
it's not,
this
it's not
time.
even the like, yes, there's that part, but there's like
Planning when it is.
There's something about like the occupation in my mind of how it's going to go, when I'm
Really?
going to
You would
do
do
it.
$100%.
that? Oh, okay, yeah, that's wild.
And
And
that
clears
feels-
up space when you don't have
Right,
it.
and now
Right.
not only are you not drinking, you have more even other hours where you're not planning
Exactly.
the drinking.
Yeah.
that's a lot of extra time for you guys.
Yeah.
It is, and the self
do
and,
so much cool
and
stuff.
I could be okay in the morning in a hangover because I'm like so high functioning, so
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
you're
would
like-
know.
yeah, totally.
Everything was cool.
You're an adult.
But the self-loathing low parts of this, and if I was in a low,
What
of
it would
my,
bring on.
Yeah, and then it would be like, what's the point of making any art? Which we all have,
Of course, but you need
but
it.
it was like amplified.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that I think is real mental health challenges. You know that, and because it's taken a lot of discovery for me that the way those thoughts happen aren't once again the everyday person, and maybe the people we surround ourselves with because we're like-minded.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have those thoughts at
At all.
in the world.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Are you on medication? Do you mind me asking?
Oh no,
Do you
please.
take
You can ask. I
medication
do
and
not.
Yeah.
I don't take
Just curious
medication at all.
How
in
you
general.
manage? Because you said you have all the tools.
Yeah.
And so what are?
Yeah, that's not one of my tools.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed or against
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's not something I'm like that well versed in, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
But it's never been something that was presented to me from need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, it's and you said you meditate. Do you,
Yeah.
are you good about stuff are you?
Yeah,
like,
every single day I
You do your gratitude
list. I do my morning tarot card. I do my journaling whenever I can, whether that's literally a fourth of a page or 3
Yeah,
pages. I usually do a meditation or a manifestation, like a affirmation thing I listen to. I also fill the space where I normally was drinking. Like, here's one of my things. And also, I constantly am seeking dopamine hits because when you take away the dopamine hits and uppers that then bring you to downers. And so one of my big things I talk to people about, like when I give speeches, is like self-care sounds indulgent, and self-care, as we know here, that it's needed. But there's systemic things that stop people from self-care that I'm sure you also talked about. You know, the patriarchy, time, money, socioeconomic status. I'm very well, I see it. I know what it is. So my whole thing that I like to talk to people about is like, how can we do this for no money?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even today, my daughter,
you have no
money,
resources, what can you
resources.
still do?
Like, if you're folding the like, swear to God, when I'm folding the laundry, I light a candle. Like, right? Like, if I do something, I put the music on. And this sounds silly, but as my life is highly organized and highly scheduled, I have to drop that in during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During. So like,
Multitask.
even you came in and said like, oh, your outfits, do you dress for things? Like the dressing to me is a self-expression, artistic way of presenting myself to the world that then I carry to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's like my daughter wants to do, she's like, can we go to the zoo? Because she's having separation anxiety. I'm going to the theater tonight. So I bribed her with the zoo tomorrow, like a normal parent. And I was like, zoo, the tickets I think are $18. Okay, this wasn't in the budget, you know, but what is? And I look and I'm like, tickets to zoo. oh, how do you get free tickets to the zoo? And it's
Ooh.
so right now in
On a
Los
certain
Angeles,
day.
no, you put your library card number in,
Excuse
and get
me?
an entire pass. La
Hot
Brea
tip.
Tar Pits, the Chinese Museum, the zoo, the National History Museum. I mean, it
Wow.
is a list of anyone, not just children, who has a library card. I'm like the queen of free stuff.
You are
Yeah, this
very
is-
good
I
at
mean,
it.
thank you,
Good.
Ilana. Great, right? But that to
Wait,
me
and
is
you
self-care.
can get free tickets to go.
100%. You put it in.
Wow.
I have it up
Like
on
on
my
the
phone.
website or
Yeah,
just
like the
I'll show
LA
you.
Zoo?
I'll show you. We
Oh
can
my
do a
gosh.
drop-in insertion later.
Oh my
So
God, I love.
this link will be.
While you look that up, I do think it's that thing because I do think about that, right? The privilege of certain kind of self care,
Yeah.
right? And you do kind of, but I think we all avoid
Here
it
it is.
because of that reason.
Oh, that's.
Let's see.
Oh, that's not it. Wait. Oh, LA Library, Skirball, Chinese Museum, the Tar Pits, free tickets.
So it's just on the library site.
Los Angeles Public Library. It's called
Oh
Explore
my.
LA with Discover and Go. Reserve a pass.
There's something like that for LACMA too, for under 18.
right? Oh, it's on here
members.
too. It's on here too.
Yeah.
You
All
can
of it.
sign up at the LACMA if you go
Opera,
with.
the LA Opera, because there's
Oh my
kids'
God.
days. Girls, we're solving problems.
We are solving LA problems.
Because it truly is. You're like, I want to give my kids the experience that all of these other like people with
City,
money are
yeah.
giving their kids, and you're like, but I can't afford it. It's so much.
But there are
this is-
hacks.
There
You're
are
right. There's,
hacks,
like,
and it's
tons
like
of
you have to be
hacks.
willing to.
So many hacks.
Yeah.
Type it into that search bar. Why did we invent the internet? You got to just plug it in first. Like, just try.
Seriously,
See what's
and
free.
internet is free at the library.
Back to the, oh my God, are you working for the
I
library?
mean, I should be as a nonprofit.
Next
You're like-
job.
but it's like whenever we're on tour, honestly, I will look up immediately if we're traveling with my child, which is
library.
mostly a library.
I love it. I mean, I love.
I mean, we do. I
Yeah.
think I've probably been, swear to God, probably over 300 libraries.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Performed in a lot of them.
I
Oh,
go
that's cool. Me too.
to the same library all the time.
You do? Are
I
you
mean,
lo-
not all
loyal
the time, but
library member?
yeah, I am.
Nice. But you should go somewhere else.
I know, I
Take
should.
Ethan would love
Get
it.
that
Yeah.
Glendale, get that Burbank, get that all the
Well,
surrounding
downtown
cities.
has like.
I mean,
Oh,
that
we just did a
library
Girl
is-
Scout patch at the downtown
That
library.
library is insane.
Yeah.
They have a
I
3D
performed
printer
there a few
there.
months ago. It
No.
was so their library,
Performed
the
there? That's
Festival de los Libros, actually was last year though.
My
which is-
husband performed there last year.
Oh,
He
really?
read his book. Yeah.
Oh, I did
I'm sorry I
my
didn't
friend's
see you.
piece a year ago because
Yes.
it just had the next one, and
They
I thought,
pla-
I was there last
Last
year.
year, and our friend did the artwork, Leo Espinosa. Shout out to
fantastic.
Leo.
Oh, I feel like I
Amazing.
know that person, that name. Okay, back to the thing I was about to say, which is this free, because I do think this is really important because I do think we kind of sabotage ourselves from the things that could feel good by putting, I don't have this, X, Y, and Z. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the whatever. But I love that idea of like really thinking a little creatively about how to give yourself self-care, that it isn't like a luxury in that like monetary way, like walking on the beach, going outside, seeing a friend, there's like so many things that I think we hold ourselves from. I don't know. I'm trying to really reclaim that artist date idea because
Yeah.
even if it's with a buddy or like my husband and I went to see a movie during the day last week and it felt so good. And it was
And
like
it's cheaper.
we had, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's easier and you don't have to get a babysitter and you don't have to check in with kids. But like our friend canceled because he was getting ready for a gig. And he was like, I can't do anything until I do this thing. And I was like, oh, I used to be that way. Like that's the reward at the end. But what if, radical thought, you flipped the order because that creative endeavor, right? That's the thing about the artist, actually might open you up and inspire you for the job.
Yeah.
Right? Rather than going into the job like, this is
So strict.
homework. I think I used to be a little bit like, this is the work and I'm working. And then I get the treat if I've worked hard. Like a little bit of that like negative.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I do fun things of my own. And then when I show up, like, we're here together, but I'm not at the mercy
You're a
of
whole
this.
person.
I am showing up whole. And I think I've had a huge, and I think people then feel that. Like, did you
do-
just go do something sweet for yourself?
Yeah. Well, I will say it is my birthday week.
Yeah, it is. It was your birthday yesterday. We did that birthday stuff.
But this week, I feel like I am giving myself all the permission.
All the
I do
treats.
this all the time. It's like every time my birthday comes, I'm like, I get to do whatever I want this weekend. I'm like,
Ilana, pause, please.
I know.
No. I want you to say you just said something I won't validate because you said I do it all the time.
All the time on my
When
birthday.
My birthday, and we're
I know.
going to
And it's
say
once a
every week
year.
is your birthday.
No, but let's,
you
let's
alive,
think
girl.
about that
Yeah,
thinking.
well, that's
I
what
do
I'm
it
saying.
all the time. That's once a year.
Exactly.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. The treat comes because
later,
you worked.
I was going off.
She's like,
but
okay,
no,
good point.
But no, I was going to say, like, this is the thing. And I realized, like, I feel so good. And it's like, why do I feel good?
Why don't I
'Cause
do
it's-
this every day?
Yeah. And it's a little bit of like, I have to take this energy of being like, my mental health is enhanced and made better when I do the things that are not like required and not going to make money and not going to, and are just like,
I think we have a who am I to do this and this and this because I haven't done this and this. It's like the old homework model, right? Like, well, after you get to play and after you do this and after, I think maybe for kids that's okay. And then it's weird. Then you have to kind of flip it and then go like, no, like,
The thing that I really
but I'm gonna
switched-
my goal real quick is just to take a little bit of that birthday energy into this
and
entire
spread it through
year
the
and
365.
make it my year. So
Alana,
okay,
girl,
I
you
can't
having
wait to be involved in
breakthroughs.
that. I can't wait to.
I know, I
I
can't
know
wait.
we all did like benefit from your birthday.
I appreciate
yesterday.
it.
It was really great.
It was a good one.
It was so nice. Such a nice girl hang.
We naked spot.
We did. I brought all my lady
That's
friends.
rite of passage in LA.
It was great.
You must.
I wasn't all my lady friends, but some of my favorites.
Yeah, you're like
came-
if you aren't the favorite.
Yeah, you're like, if you didn't get invited.
invited.
No. It sounded like you were given like, I mean, I love everybody, but it was just, you can't have too many people
I'm
in
gonna
the
have some
spa.
apology letters to write. No, but it was really nice. We went to the Korean spa, and we
And you're like, why didn't I do
scrubbed.
this?
got
Why?
scrubbed. They scrubbed the
You
bejesus
guys
out of
got
you.
scrubbed. You went extra.
and
you
then
went
had
good.
the
It was-
best Korean food
I mean,
after. It was so good.
Give it
I'm
up
so
for
jealous.
BCD tofu.
BCD tofu, which is not
In the
just
house.
tofu, which is
No,
why
it's
I've never
not,
been there.
and I know
they should
that's
really
agreed.
change the name.
That bibimbap, man.
Oh my god,
It's good.
we got all the sides.
I didn't go, but I was happy to squeeze in a little something like just because you can't go the full time.
Yeah, you just
And it
come.
was so like nice to connect.
And back to what you were saying before, it's like as much as you can do.
Yeah,
still
like that
is
might be
worthwhile.
enough. Like an hour or two is you can get so much.
Here's the
So
thing, like
much.
today I'm incredibly scheduled, right? So driving here just to show you how I literally do mean this. Like this morning, while got my daughter up, packing her lunch, get her breakfast. While she's eating her breakfast, I know I have approximately 4 minutes. That's when I write my I'm serious, like
Yeah.
for real. 4 minutes.
You're
write
good
the
about
list.
scheduling.
Oh, you should.
You're
My schedules
good.
have schedules. And I take a picture. I send it to my friend. I get ready. I go drop her off. I bring her home. I make sure I have my oatmeal. I then finish all my emails, do my banking, come back, get ready. On the way here, I'm like, oh, I don't have time blocked for my meditation. I listen to my podcast in the car
On the way here.
That's like a wide awake meditation.
Like you can be driving
Yeah,
while
it's
doing
like
the
one of those.
meditation.
It's like not like disclaimer. Don't use heavy
Close
machinery.
your eyes and lay down.
down the 10. But it's like fitting it, like the true
Making it
fitting
work,
it in.
make it work.
And
Yeah.
it feels until it becomes the norm, like the gym, which is still annoying to me, but I love. But that after of really
course.
making it work is like totally conscious.
Yeah.
Well, because sometimes you get I can't do it until I have the perfect amount of time, right? I think
Right.
that's a procrastination, like classic artist thing. Like, I can't do it until I get the perfect notebook, or I can't do it unless I have an hour for yoga. It's like, you might only have 5 minutes, and that's okay. Like,
And you might
can-
have to squeeze it into the space
Yeah,
between your
like you
bed and
might-
your dresser, and that's okay too.
That's your spot. That's
Yeah.
your like corner.
And
That's
that,
your
I
creative
think that
corner.
directly, you asked previously how this directly correlates to creativity. Like this makes me think of Leonard Cohen, right? Who would, if he said that if he got one word done a day, added to his song, a line of a song in a week, then he's going to have a whole song in a couple months.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
And
My
that's
husband,
great.
and that was a very botched quote. You guys can
But
look
we-
it up.
yeah.
But it's like, but that correlates as a creative. If we keep that same conscious,
is that
subconscious
so bad?
thought,
Yeah.
if we're every day you're writing one line of a script, or you're carving out that moment where today's the day I'm going to make a shuffle mood board that's going to be things that inspire me because I'm thinking of the design of my new musical that I haven't even written and doesn't have a title yet. Like those small steps. Like, so you were asking me previously what my philosophy is and how my lists have lists. like it is so important for me that because we have these big goals of wellness, of creativity, of
a show,
success,
thing.
these things, and they have to be broken down into doable tasks that then show a little bit of results that then move on to the next doable task. So like for me, I've had to implement all of these life changes, the gratitude, the meditation slowly. It wasn't like one day I woke up and was like, today take a bubble bath and to call my friend and I signed up for the free things, and that was my old me.
Sounds
but
very
like,
relaxed.
Yeah. I mean, that's my version of like how I used to relax, right? Like today's the day I relax, right? But that's the thing about even with or a show or a
the
song.
gripping, the like.
You're trying. I'm literally with my friend started thinking of new ideas for a show, which I haven't had new ideas in a long time because I asked the universe to stop them because it was too much for me. I needed to
do that.
cleaning.
To finish some things first.
So be prepared because it will happen. And then it gets scary. And then I had to really do a lot of clearing.
Focus? What are you going to
like a full year where usually I would have in a year sold like 2 books and developed a show but instead I did other things that supported those things. Right?
And made space.
Which is why you're a creative coach.
Yeah. So if you're looking to improve your life, but
truly, you're good. Like it is hard to work backwards. I have developed the skill to work backwards these last few years. And I'm like, you have made some real personal work because I think it was both like, I didn't learn the skill, but kind of trauma related and maybe procrastination and self-sabotage related. I'm like, you have been able to now think backwards and not just have this big idea that then scares you so much that then you don't do it. Yeah. Now you're able to go, okay, you want to do that in 6 months? Here's how we're going to go today and next week and a few.
That's wonderful.
But it is a special skill.
Yeah. And that takes so much work. Well,
how did you realize you did it?
Well, it's a funny thing. I feel like when you realize that like the thing that you do naturally is I don't want to say commodable, but it's like,
you can share with the world.
What was happening was so many people, like not like so many people, but so many people were coming to me and being like, how did you publish 10 books? How did you create a television show that was successful? How do you have a band that did this? How did you tour? How are you a mom? And like, how are you doing all of these things? And I was like, well, that's just a normal thing. And then one of my friends said, why don't you tell people and create this little side business that you can manage. I say side business, but it's like something I really now deeply care about. And it's led me to like bigger speaking engagements and workshops and things that just like totally inspire me, and I get to see people's raw, authentic self. And then each person, it's like, I'm not a therapist, but it's like therapy sessions. So I have to dig in and figure out their blocks.
You said something about that yesterday, which I thought was fascinating. I was thinking, I got to talk to you about that. You were saying you asked people, and this did feel adjacent to therapy, you asked people to go all the way back to when they decided to be creative.
I do.
And some people are going, I don't want to do that. I'm here for this week. And then you go, but then they name it and you go, and then you have a magical power to go, this is your block, that's their block.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
I mean, that is an incredible, it's like an intuitive thing, but also like that has to be.
It's pretty exciting. And people first want to come and they want to do the work. Yeah. And I can't help them in a really authentic way that's just for them. If I'm like, these are the steps that lead to success. Because if that was what it is, everyone would do. And we wouldn't be coming to me. It'd be
like a formula. Yeah. Right. You could just do the formula.
So whatever people like, and it's very open, very trusting. So I hold a lot of sacred truths for people and traumas. And then they're telling me, and then I'm like, I get I'll say, I want to, and people probably, my clients are maybe some listen, and I say like, I want to reflect back to you that this is a pattern I'm hearing, right? Because I'm like deeply listening, and it's exhausting, but I love it. I bet. So I'm deeply listening. I'm like, this is this pattern where this, you seem to give up your power because you want validation, and they're like, and then it's always like crying, and we have a thing. Then, so when I know this, then it may not come into play straight away, but then I'm hearing their big goal, and I'm breaking down into doable timeline tasks that have a thing, and then month 3 comes, and something happens where they're not showing up, or they're something that seems like sabotage, or they're tired, and I'm like, oh no. you're just giving up your power in this moment. And we have to like dig in and grind it and break through. And
This is
if
like
they
that
stick
part of
with
the
it,
hill.
it happens. Every client, like truly, and I always say like, I can't get you a Grammy nomination, but I can get you to make the album that I can get you to write the songs that then produce the album that then it comes
you
out.
can feel like, okay,
Right. So I
did
can't
it.
get you the awards, but
Yeah.
I can guarantee if you're with me, you'll write the book and
Finish
pitch
it.
the book
And finish
get
it.
it to an
Yeah, finish the
agent
project.
and get it out.
In like a good way that you go, I did
Yeah.
it.
I mean, that is
Absolutely.
such an incredible gift because I feel like, you know, it's easy in therapy even, right? Because you're basically, you're
therapy
therapizing.
adjacent.
Yeah, it's like a creative therapy.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, sometimes you'll have these like aha moments and you're like, okay, yeah, I can completely see that. I have the perspective to look in and see that. But the trick is when it's coming up, when you're in the creative process. I mean, that is such a huge, awesome gift to have
Yeah.
somebody to be like,
Oh,
hey,
thanks.
remember that thing that we
Here
talked
it
about?
is again. Are you going to push
Yeah.
through the wall or are
And
you going to
what
turn
are the
around?
new tools? What
Yeah.
are the new tools?
That now you
and,
have.
And at that point, hopefully, we've developed a a situation where they trust me.
trust, yeah.
And that so I hold it very
Gently for them. Yeah.
And
I'm going to guide you through this with you.
100%. And some days I'll get off and I can see we're in the slugging and I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, just trust me. Just do this next thing. And I'll give them homework, or like whatever. And I'll be like, just do this one thing. And then they'll come back and it'll be like this thing. And I will get off and I'll just be like, we did it. Like, we're doing it.
Breakthrough.
Yes. Like, and I feel it. And it's not my success, but to see someone
share
be
in that.
successful.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like the best gift. When you give someone a gift, you feel
it's
good
reciprocal. It's
too.
definitely like a reciprocal thing, and it's definitely helped me also keep my act together because I don't want to be. I think it's really mean to say like the people who can't teach. Like that's not true.
Yeah.
Like at all. But I am an artist performer. Like I didn't lead with like, I'm a coach. Like this is something I get to share and I'm glad I get to do it. And I'm glad I get to, like you said, have it's a commodity for my life and it leads to other things. Like I love speaking and going into women's workshops and empowerment camps. Like it's so fun. But at the end of the day, if I am not creating, I am
What
not
can you
me.
You have nothing to share,
Yeah.
right? Like,
share.
And I'm
Where can you-
constantly learning.
And
Like,
you're side by side with the person too. Where you're
Totally.
like, I do this too. I practice.
right. And
what
it's
I
made me go even
preach.
deeper into what I do. Like I'm in this right now, so many classes. I love classes. I love writing
a
classes.
class.
I'm in a content creating class with the Recording Academy.
Content creation.
Right. And because
We're
I
just talking
suck
about
at it. I'm like a
phrase.
Luddite when it comes to it.
We're just talking about that phrase and the thing and okay.
Okay.
yeah.
So we're in
Yeah.
it. So I'm like in all this stuff because I immediately get to share it in real time.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it also helps me process what I'm learning.
Yeah.
And also I get to figure out problems that I didn't know existed. In a way
Right,
that's
right.
fresh because
Yeah.
I'm not going off a success of 20 years ago that
You're
I have.
looking
Right.
to them. Yeah.
So it's exciting.
We know you have to go.
Yes.
It's so we could talk to you as
God.
every amazing guest we've had for
Yes.
hours. We're gonna have to do the durational interview with everybody, like a 24-hour podcast. But
Eventually,
that's
a
what I
live
want. That's what
24-hour.
my weird experimental theater is like pushing for that. But
I'm in.
okay, at the end of every episode, we have a current obsession, an endorsement. It doesn't mean you're like sponsored, but to something we're like really
something that is moving you or helping you
creatively
or feeding
week.
your soul.
I would say, which we touched upon, and I thought about this before I came, but I think the thing that fills me up the most is getting solo tickets to shows.
Ooh.
I take myself. I often get gifted tickets, and that's really generous and amazing. And I just want to be very transparent about that. But if I'm not, I will buy a solo ticket and go sit wherever and just let myself fully engage in that experience. Like as an artist, I think it's so important. And when I'm in it, it's often, as I think I may have mentioned, a struggle because my daughter has severe separation anxiety and she's crying and I get in the car and I'm exhausted and I have to really, really want something to do it at night. Like I have to want it and then
Yes.
battle the mom guilt. And so when I get there, though, it is like I am just myself and fully me and fully experiencing and fully uplifted and inspired. And sometimes I don't know how that inspiration, like we talked about, is going to come back. But it may be a piece of something that I use later.
And it doesn't even necessarily need to, right?
Or
It's like if
maybe
it's
not.
just
Just for your
feeding
heart
your
and for
soul.
you.
That's so true.
Something to keep of your own. I mean, it's the artist state, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
just by yourself to not have to go, what'd you think?
That's
and
why I
process.
stopped inviting
It's like,
people.
Just in your heart.
Sometimes.
Just in your
unless
like for you.
Because I can then process exactly how I feel emotionally. And I take my husband's convertible. He has like a
my
convertible and I
gosh.
drive downtown and like the buildings are all lit up and with the top down and the smells of Los Angeles.
wow.
And I like have really loud rap or hip hop music playing. And I just feel like a badass who just escaped into her own world for that little bit of time.
And you need that to be a
Yeah.
better mom, better
So I would just say
partner.
like, yeah, finding that.
That's great. Alana, what's going to be yours?
I mean,
Do we know? Is it going to be the
is it the
K-Spa?
I mean, 100%. That is to treat yourself, to treat your body, I feel like is so important. And it's hard to make the space for it. And I needed a birthday, but now I'm going to.
It's a good reminder.
I'm going to continue
We're gonna
to do it
go.
throughout the year because there are ways to do it. Not super expensive. We talk about even going to Wee Spots, $35.
Or take a bath. I mean, you could close that door to your bathroom, honey. You put that hot water.
Some
I
of
mean,
us
I
have
don't
a
know.
tiny
Do you know what I
tub.
mean? If you have I hear you.
I don't have a tub I can fit in.
I was getting really
could
deep
come
about the
visit my
K-Spa
tub.
today because I
might.
was like, oh, I mean, this thing that has been around through cross cultures, ancient. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's has like the weight of like religious. Like this has lasted thousands of years. The baths, people, like
Roman Empire.
Yeah, and like gathering and like turning into their bodies. Like I was like, no, this is not. Cause I was like, oh, you're gonna say the K-Spa, obviously, like in LA. But I was like, no, like it does kind of tap you into this. The space and the silence and the echo and the steam. I don't know. It's just this really beautiful gathering space.
It's very ancestral
and,
in a way.
yeah.
And it's
the
nice-
women, I don't know, to see. It's so beautiful to see people's bodies, and then it kind of neutralizes. Like first you're like,
totally.
I'm nude, but then it's like. Then it's almost like you're all wearing the same thing again.
Yeah.
Like we're all in clothes during the day, and then now you're not.
and there's something about
normalized.
we went yesterday and it was just us.
It was just
like
that was a treat. That was extra
crazy.
gift
It
from
was
the
your
God.
birthday.
That was a gift from the
That
gods.
was a gift
it
from
was
the
like I
gods.
rented
from
the
the
whole
gods.
building, but
Truly.
usually there are
We
like
didn't have to whisper.
No one told us allowed people to be quiet.
I was expecting that any minute. I was like,
And how great that we got to go do that before we came. I came here to get to
I
chat with you.
know.
Like the connectivity of being
Yeah.
naked in a spa for a birthday. Hi.
It was so great. But what I do also like about being there on other occasions is that it is full of women who
Yes,
are like
absolutely.
from,
when you go
20
by
years old
yourself and
to
then see
80s.
that.
And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, all bodies. And
Yeah.
it's just, I
And I
don't know. It's,
mentioned to you too is I've taken my daughter since she's been probably 3
It's
To
really
Wee
beautiful.
Spa?
I took my daughter too.
to Asia in Asia.
Oh,
a
in
lot,
Asia, yes.
and then to Wee Spa, and just normalizing
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
her was I think is
That she has a body, that there are
big
bodies,
deal.
that people have bodies. Yeah. But
there
it's
is
a
a-
great time to catch it when they're
Yeah.
young to just go, you came into this world like this.
And this is community too.
Yeah,
Like this is
yeah.
an okay, safe community.
Yeah.
with boundaries.
Of course,
very,
of course.
I'm very.
I'm
but
here.
there-
Like I'm here with you.
Right.
But there is
and-
such a weird censored thing in America around bodies where like people are okay with like guns and people being murdered on television, but like if you
We don't have
show
the baths. We don't have
a
the
pair
baths
of tits, it's
from thousands
everything
of
goes.
years ago. We just don't have it.
Yeah.
We're a new place.
We don't have the town plazas where we all meet and play, bocce ball and,
Right.
and checkers
Yeah.
and sit, and the women
We need it.
feed the birds
Yeah,
while they're
more community,
planning secret
more
takeover.
nudity.
More nudity, more community. That's what we're taking away today.
The tagline.
Hey, if you like listening to That's So Mental, send us your thoughts or show ideas. Let us know what you'd like to hear about.
That was so mental. Rate, subscribe, and hit us up with your stories.
That's So Mental.